So let's spill some tea. What were your biggest fails and achievements? Let's start with achievements and then we will go to fails. The biggest achievement through your career.
Wow. Not talking about kids anymore.
Yeah, this one will come back later. Yeah.
Biggest achievements. Do I have to answer first and then you're thinking about yours? Is that how it goes?
Well, you have an advantage. There are like literally two books with your name on
Sure,
it.
yeah.
And we cannot tell kids for now, yeah?
Yeah.
No, we'll just go with kids. Is our wives gonna see this? Then kids for sure. No, biggest achievements.
Yeah, being lucky enough to have a wife.
I'm of course very proud of the books. We can talk about the books in a moment.
We will.
Yes, I think that's a really fun project, and I also could highlight the fact that I think right now in my career I'm in a really good space where we're working on a video game with my company Northplay, and it's a Dino Lords.
Wishlisted on Steam.
Oh, please wishlist it on Steam, yeah, for sure. But it's such an interesting project, and I think it's been a long journey to get here. My studio is, we're 15 people now, and we're working on this game. It's mid-production. It's looking really nice. And I'm really proud of those achievements. I think, being a graphic designer, I've had to learn a lot of things on the job as a studio CEO. That's a lot of things that they don't really teach you in design school. So I'm of course proud of like having to grow as a leader and trying to professionalize that whole part of my career. But I think mostly like if I zoom out from that, I'm just kind of I think the biggest achievement is kind of constructing this weird career that I have, like this Frankenstein monster of all these different things. And recently, last week I gave a talk in Spain about the career path that I've taken, and it's just been like, I'm just so happy how it all turned out because I had no plan, no clue, right? And I think that's really helpful for particularly young people to hear, is that I just kept chasing things that I thought was fun. I made a lot of mistakes, and then kept trying to apply myself and my ideas, and somehow built this sort of career of all these different things that I do, and I'm very proud. I think that's my biggest achievement, is just being here as a 40-year-old who got rejected from university, and then somehow found my way. I was later invited to speak at that university.
Honorable moment.
And I showed my rejection letter as the first slide.
Nice.
But I think the career itself is the achievement.
Yeah, somehow you were juggling all of this stuff, and it came together like a solid life.
Yeah.
That's actually nice.
Pretty cool.
Sasha, what about you? What are you most proud of from the career perspective?
I think you stole my answer. Yeah, because what do we have? Family. Okay, then you have a career. What do we have? Can proud of maybe some physical things that you own in it, but it's just the things. So we can be proud of things that we. Some goals, life goals. So my life goal for a while was a career, and starting from the starting point, like a student with no money, and some career growing up, step by step. It was sometimes tough, and I'm happy where I am now, and I think it's great to be a part of great product that used 10 million people. When I'm thinking about this, wow, it's inspiring, and I'm really like this achievement, and thankfully to the experience that I had before, because that experience brought me here. So like this.
Yeah,
I accept it. What about the fails? Like, we are not talking about, something that costed you life or somebody or something, but maybe something funny that come up to your mind.
Sure. I mean, I've failed many times in my career.
Especially when you're an entrepreneur.
Yeah, I think that's part of it. Like when you try a lot of different things. I've made products that didn't go anywhere or didn't have a monetization model, and it just ended up costing me money. Like lots of those things, but. I think like one story was actually quite fun. I think it was 2013. I was running a product development studio called RoboCat at the time, We were making apps and like lots of these different things. A lot of iOS apps mostly. And one of them we had was this thermometer that was called Thermo. It's like we made lots of weather apps for some reason. I don't know why. But it showed the outside temperature. And then we got some hilarious 1-star app reviews from it sometimes. Because people didn't really, it looked like a thermometer. So people didn't really understand that, it's actually just pulling data from the internet, right? So we got like these 1-star app reviews, like I took it to my fireplace and then it didn't even show the higher temperature. And then, it sort of, we told this at a party, and there was an electrical engineer there. His name was Marcus. And then we as the evening progressed, we started talking, could we actually build a thermometer for an iPhone? And then
no way.
Yeah. And then remember when we had the audio jack, like a little
yeah,
hole
of
that
course,
was in our
3.5 millimeter. Yeah.
This is ancient history now.
Yeah,
but
the viewers who are
yeah.
younger than 30, maybe younger than 25, they didn't even know that there was something.
There was a
called like
tiny
this.
hole there. Anyways, we made like a little sensor. We used the audio jack, a little resistance sensor, built an API on top of it, and voila, we actually had a thermometer for your iPhone. And we thought, oh, that's kind of cool. Let's make a little Kickstarter. And we asked for, I think it was like $35,000, which is
launch it.
Yeah, to launch it, yeah, to make some of these thermometers, right? Which is a lot of money, but it was hardware is hard, right? And we were like kind of nervous, and we launched it, and we got 10 times the amount of that money. And we were like looking at each other like, oh no. Because then we had to produce like 20,000 of these thermometers. And we had to grow the company, and we had to learn, like everyone worked on this. So I worked with some very talented people. And we worked on like shipping globally, packaging, like physical products is really challenging, right? And we had to learn all these things, and it was a lot of work. And I could totally say that I would never do that again. I would never. I mean, I think you have to be really. And I think my point that I'm trying to say, when you talk about biggest fails, is not. It was successful, and we ended up actually delivering all the thermometers. And it was a fun project by and large, but. You really have to be careful, like where the work takes you. You have to like really like stay focused, because if you just keep opening new doors, right? If you're not enjoying the work that you're doing, then the world has this tendency to give you more of what you put into it. So if you make something that you think is boring, or the work is boring, the world's just going to keep giving you more of that. The internet loves it. They'll just give you more boring stuff. Oh, you like this? Here, here's some more boring stuff, right? And it works in reverse, and that's sort of been my compass in my career. Is like, you do something fun, you put it out into the world, whatever fun means to you, right? And then other people will love it, and you'll get more projects of that same kind. So for me, the Thermoto story is like, it's not a failure. I was on the.
It's definitely not a failure.
I was on the front page of like Børsen, which is the biggest business publication in Denmark. Wow. My mom was very proud, but the work itself was not fun, and it led me to a place that wasn't great for what I wanted in my career.
You were a bit overwhelmed with all of this as well?
Overwhelmed, sure, yeah. And it just took me places that I didn't find that interesting. Like it wasn't what I wanted to spend my time on.
Yeah, the moral is do fun, don't do boring. That's
How
all.
you ended this story? You sold it?
Oh no, yeah. So we had to make a company in the U.S. and as far as I know, it's still there. So yeah,
Oh.
but yeah.
So
Wow.
you owning it?
No.
Oh.
I parted ways with my co-founder. So,
Wow.
but that was, it was an amazing time. I learned a lot. I don't think I'll ever design hardware again. I was actually really curious about when we had to do the books, because I got flashbacks of PTSD of like shipping all these things to people. Yeah, but I think, but it's still, I will still chalk it up as a learning experience.
Yeah.
I would call it.
That's, I think, the best label you can put on it, for sure.
Yeah, let's call not fails, let's call lessons.
Yeah, lessons.
Lessons, life
Like
lessons.
all this business.
We don't have problems, we have something.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Sasha, what about you? Anything curious comes to mind? Something
Fails.
remarkable?
Yeah. It's hard to remember exact fails, because I always trying to look at this as lessons.
Yeah.
Of course.
Opportunities
But
to learn.
Opportunities, yeah, because it is actually lesson. Because fail, I think the fail is when you are dead, when you have no choice. But if you have some choice, if you are alive, this is the lesson that you should learn and move forward. I think my biggest lesson was when I made own startup. It was also the field that I wasn't enjoy. It was a B2B thing with corporates, and I tried to sell it. I tried to pitch, and what I understood during this startup phase of my life, that I hate pitching, and I hate asking money
from people,
from
from
people,
investors.
from other people that I don't know. I should lie that my product will be successfully, but honestly, I'm not sure about this. I'm telling that I'm something believe in, but I'm not sure. And this is I hate with the startup thing. And I decided that, okay, I need to work with something that I'm sure with and that I'm enjoying. And I decided that design because I wanted to move more to business part maybe, but then I turned back to the design and I decided I'm enjoying this.
Let's
and
stick to
I
it.
should continue this and enjoying the whole my life. So
That's actually, we need more people like you who don't like lying about investing and all of this. Just honest people who like to do what they do.
Open the door to business saying, oh, no, I'm not.
I think it's more about money because people wants to have more money and it gives you more money, but maybe less happiness. So I decided maybe I will have less money in my life, but I will be happier person.
Yeah. I think
And
that's,
you're happy who you are.
Yeah. I think I've made things that I thought would be clever or would make me rich, would be very profitable. But it's actually the things that I've made out of like pure, like I want this to exist in the world. Like those are the projects that's been the most rewarding to work on. So I think that's important. That it's kind of echoing your advice, Like just be more happy, make more fun things that you want to exist.
Exactly.